in 1996, and if they were born later, they are early entries into the NBA draft. So have a whole plethora of NBA scouts here. Masai Ujiri, the president of the Raptors, is here as well. Of course, he's been a long-time advocate. A lot of guys that I see back in the States evaluating college basketball players, gives them a chance to kind of compare notes with their international scouts. I would think that's important.
Yeah, a big part of it is relationship building with your current staff.
Young basketball player and student athlete.
Well, you know, and the great thing, great
Watanabe.
shot. Going back to BWB, not only does it have great from a BWB camp where he had coached Thon Maker, and he came into the front office group and was like, guys, you got to write this name down. You got to see this kid. He's going to be a lottery pick, and not very many people know about him. And sure enough, Darvin was right on. And now Darvin played
undrafted.
Yeah.
And
well, there's a great line, you know, in evaluating and picking players. It's not where you start or where you're picked, but it's where you end up. And where you end up is typically what a drive.
Watanabe. A little more subdued, kind of taking the action in.
Dan Craig started in the video room with the Miami Heat as a video intern and worked his way to the bench, and a great story, another great story in the NBA. He spent his entire career in Miami. You know, maybe it speaks to, you know, the area.
Shot. Not a lot of point guards in the camp. The NBA teams wanted to evaluate some of the bigger kids that are in this draft. So you see Watanabe handling the ball at 6'9". Measurements, is that right?
Your pronunciation has been on spot all week.
Yuta Watanabe with the drive. Young man from Japan, playing for Maurice Joseph, a Canadian. Former star at Vermont, now the head coach.
But you talk about the athletic testing, the measurables, and the medical. It is critical to the decision-making process, and it's one of the great things that comes out of this camp is the opportunity to get consistent information that we can compare apples to apples with.
Some outstanding young talent, particularly 3 French players, all in the midst of turning 17 years old, who have certainly opened the eyes of some of the NBA scouts here. Good pressure D by Watanabe.
Darren Kraft, it was like, no, can I get somebody else?
you know that profile is this year, Javon Carter.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want, if you're a portable
benefit in the locker room and across an organization, really, like in